till I snap back. This ain't brown, this that dark black. This that pitch black, jet black. Snap your ex, watch me give them flashbacks.
Pressure's rising fast as lightning, they can't stop it now. If you ain't talking realness, then just change the topic now. They laughing at the top like they can't see the bottom. And they thought I needed help, but I got hit without them. I am sharper than a pack of 100 razor blades. When the smoke clears out of here, but they name go fade. I'ma be here doing it my way. They said I should change it up, but what did I say?
Ooh, yeah, he mad, I'm racking up white diamonds. Throw me in the sky, you would swear the sun shining. Ooh, yeah, he mad, I'm racking up white diamonds. Throw me in the sky, you would swear the sun shining.
Hold still, but like back then. Talk back till I snap back. This ain't brown, this that dark black. This that pitch black, jet black. Snap your ex, watch me give them flashbacks.
I get that magic all on me, I feel like I'm Tracy McGrady. Enemy circle around me 360, I count them with 8. I've been equipped with the spirit beside me since I was a baby. Just getting chaotic, I made me a product for causing the chaos. Right, you want it right, this Gothic underground city. We all sin.
Hello and welcome to this week's match of Wartburg Esports, where today our League of Legends team is scrimmaging UW Stevens Point.
Bit of a personal match today, huh?
I guess
We've
so,
got
yeah.
some relations with the other team.
Yeah, absolutely, you could say that. Moving forward, though, I saw a little bit of their pick ban. It looked pretty interesting. I'll admit, Stevens Point's, their team looked a little scary.
Yeah, I think they have really strong picks into Wartburg's comp. Sort of probably want to try to shut down bot lane. Sort of a theme across Wartburg's games. Bot lane trying to get shut down.
Yeah, I would say. And I think, honestly, it's just because of, looking at Corn King's pool, it's kind of just terrifying, if I'm being honest.
It's quite large as well. They can use 5 bans on him, and he still has picks that he can take.
Yeah, exactly. So with that said, moving forwards, it looked like the Aphelios was locked on the side of Wartburg College into Kate Morgana. So, as far as how Aphelios Yumi is going to fare into that early game, we'll see. But, for now, at least it will be, somewhat of an interesting
I think
match.
both ADCs are definitely trying to scale, especially with the information that Caitlyn will likely be lethality. It's going to take a bit before that gets online.
Absolutely. What is that? 3 items, right?
Probably
You
something
need
around
Ghost
that.
Blade, Collector, and LDR, I think, to fully bring that online. So, yeah, it's... I think it'll be a good match for Wartburg College. It will be tough on the side of Stevens Point to kill them. Just looking at their comp, they have a lot of lockdown. Really, all they have in the way of damage is, like we said, that Caitlyn and Kane.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what form Kane goes, he'll have to choose which targets he wants. I mean, if he is Red Kane, then Malphite won't be as effective, probably. Able to do % max health damage with all of his abilities, take him down easier. But if that Malphite gets ahead, it's going to be difficult to kill him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like it says on screen here, I am Nick Van Lanningham, joined by
Harrison Brown.
Yep, and we will be your casters for this first game of this set. Reminder, folks, this is a best of 3. So we will get to see the full effect of how both teams kind of evolve over the series. But with that being said, I believe we are just waiting for the 3-minute delay.
And I got nothing left to lose.
All right, and we are back with 40 seconds left on that 3-minute delay. We do see the full roster of both sides now. Looking at this now in full picture, do you have any other comments, or are we just ready to get started?
I can't see summoner spells yet. I sort of wonder what's going on in bot lane. I feel like Corn King might want something like cleanse this game, especially with like Lissandra and Morgana and Caitlyn. Probably useful to be able to get out of that CC.
Yeah, very well said. Especially, yeah, exactly like you said, the Lissandra, the Caitlyn, and the Morgana all posing threats. You can't really do much about Set unless you build QSS. And, you can't do anything about Red Kayn. But, yeah, should be a good match here as we are ready to load in. Bit of a loader here.
Looks like no cleanse in bot lane, both flash ghost.
Yeah, but you know what? To the UB's credit, they did go double combat spells. I was looking at this match. I was like, this is not really one that you want heal in past 10-15 minutes. So yeah, I'm very glad to see the double combat spells on the Yuumi. Moving forward, we do say double TP on Wartburg's side, only one TP on Steven's point.
Welcome.
Yeah,
to
interesting
Summoner's
ignite on
Rift.
top in the Malphite. I almost wonder if that's a bit of a blunder into something like
30
Malphite.
seconds
I'm not
until
sure
minions spawn.
ignite is that useful past laning phase,
Yeah,
especially with Malphite being able to go around the map with TP.
yeah, exactly. Exactly like you said. The ignite on the Set, especially with the ignite on the Morgana, I feel like it's not going to get a whole lot of juice in the mid to late game. Yak taking a little bit of damage here, gets rooted in the mid lane. Doesn't look like UWSP wants to do anything about it, but you know what he did get? That deep vision.
Not sure he'll have time to back here. Looks like he's just going to his buff, burning through potions at the early game.
He's a jungler in Season 13.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine.
He'll heal it back off of this buff right here.
Exactly. Looks like on the opposing side, with an invade actually by Fallen Sabra onto the Wartburg Raptors.
Followed by Set there.
Yeah.
Interesting by Gorilla Junk. Sort of maybe loses out a little bit on lane pressure. I think he did get there in time for all the minions.
It looks like it. Excellent trade there by both sides. And Corn King is rooted. The PTA is on Caitlyn. And both teams decide to back off. At the end of the day, looking at this matchup, unfortunately for Steven's point, Aphelios Yuumi has more than enough sustain to just take those trades all day. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. Obviously, it was a good trade both ways, but when you factor in the Yuumi on-hit healing and the Severum, just can't get
Aphelios gets his one eye, he gets the Kraken Slayer or whatever Corn King decides to do, and just his stats are so good since he's getting stats every level as well.
Exactly.
His first strike on Caitlyn as well, though, so there's a little bit of gold income there.
And Borge going in for the trade. He goes in, set flash, and that's first blood to Wartburg College.
Borge 1-1 knows his way around Set. He knows what's going to happen every time.
That's right. You know, initially when he signed on the Wartburg, he was a set OTP. Is that right?
Yeah, basically only playing Set. I feel like Set's been in sort of a weird spot since Season 13. He's really, really good at the beginning and in preseason because of the tank items were just so good on him. I mean, even after Jack showed his nerf
Right.
straight to Heartsteel, and then that's just as good, giving him health and haste and everything set once, especially for a W max build. But sort of fizzled out a little.
Yeah, looking for the top grab. Looks like WSP is gonna push him off of it. Oh, but a damage there from the Corn King, and that will be a kill for bot lane.
Yeah, able to apply that offhand with Severum there, able to get the Q from Gravitum.
Absolutely, that was just so much damage so quickly, especially with the PTA, like you said, and just the cleanup with the Gravitum there. Well played there from Corn King. And, you know, that's going to put them ahead. You know, it's only one kill, right? But on Aphelios, it's more than one kill. You know, just because of all of these stats that he's getting every single level, even just one kill's worth of gold is going to put him ahead quite a lot.
I think another issue that Ajax. Is that how we pronounce the in-game? I know him as Ajax.
Yeah.
AJ. But
Ajax.
he'll run out of mana. That's a pretty high mana cost build. And not auto-attacking as much, focusing more on abilities. As you can see, he is starting to run out while Aphelios doesn't have to use that many abilities to get as much damage in the early game.
Right. Especially the PTA is doing a lot of work there, as opposed to the First Strike, which is, you know, traditionally a little more of a late game rune, especially on Caitlyn. Bit of trading here in the top lane. Looks like nothing's gonna come of that one. This is a massive wave though, pushing into Wartburg's tower, and Malphite just doesn't exactly have the wave clear to deal with that. So we'll see where Gorilla Jump goes from there. Probably just a vision and back, I would imagine.
I think that is a Summonary proc from Jolly Jester. Very safe rune, very pokey. He knows that he can't play too aggressive into Lissandra without getting punished. First time Jolly Jester's been on Victor.
I was just thinking that. I was excited to see the Victor in Champ Select, and it looks like he's playing it well.
Big
Getting a
gank
lot of
coming
farm.
down.
Gank from Gak here. Gets the stun onto Gorilla Jump, and Boards 101 cleans it up with the Malphite ult.
Perfectly placed Echo W there. Just knew he was going to stand right there. No vision in the river. Actually, he did have vision in the river. Must have just missed it or laid around the vision well enough that by the time he realized it was too late.
Absolutely. Lots of damage onto AJ here in the bot lane. You know, the red-white on Aphelios is just so damaging. And, you know, especially with Berserker Greaves, there's just not a lot of trading power you can take with that, or into that, until, you know, one or two items on the Caitlyn. Corn King does get rooted. It looks like we are fighting Corn King low. The Yuumi pops off. Yuumi exhausts on the Caitlyn. Yuumi walking back.
Let's get on.
Very close engage there from both sides. The Aphelios was going down there for a second, you know, and I think the Yuumi popping off is actually what did it. While it didn't do anything statistically, I think it pushed off them just enough, kind of threw them off just enough to kind of peel Corn King out of that situation.
What we're going to see here is whoever gets 6 first is in a good spot. Morgana's walking up, so Ajax has level 6 on a low health Aphelios with a dirt. I feel a little bit scary.
Yeah, it could be scary. There it is. Looks like the Yuumi tried to pop off, didn't quite get the block on the Caitlyn ult.
Seeing those mana issues again, almost no mana while Corn King is still full. Mana essentially able to farm under tower of Severum, just heal up a little bit over time.
We do see the ping. Looks like Steven's Point is going for Dragon here. An excellent dragon play, I would say. Aphelios kind of has to back here. Not a lot of health to work with. 3 level 6. Looks like he's just going to grab this wave and go potentially. 4 members of Steven's Point on the dragon. That dragon.
Still not level 6 on Aphelios.
There it is.
There it is.
Looks like Corn King will push up. Caitlyn's walking back to lane. Obviously, they have to keep the minions from crashing into tower.
That was a blind Q. They're not quite aware. I mean, I guess they do know he walked into the bush.
Bit of a, you know, when I see level 6 Aphelios Yuumi walk at me as confidently as that was, I think I would not be in as well of a headspace as UWSP was there. They, you know, didn't quite hit the Morgana bind, but they did walk it off. Good for them. Corn King does get the wave under tower. Should be a plating for them. Lissandra on a bit of a roam though.
Busted heads.
2 levels up on Malphite. It's just an oppressive lane at this point with the Sheen and plated steel caps. It's gonna do so much damage. Sheen item a little bit broken.
Absolutely. We were talking about that a little bit earlier in our little chat there. Yeah, Sheen is in a bit of a spot currently, especially with champions that can just proc it, you know, automatically as they're fighting. Definitely a very strong option for too many champions, I would say. In my collegiate opinion.
Pretty short cooldown on the proc as well.
And the Bork 101 flash into Malphite ult picks off Fallen Sabra in his own jungle.
Just no time to really react to that. The flash and then there's a rock flying at you. Can't really do much about that. CC'd the whole time.
Absolutely. And you know, that is exactly why Malphite is such a good pick this game. If he can, you know, set these players behind on Steven's Point's side, like the Kayn, like the Set, right? Where he's just consistently just essentially blocking them out, then the late game will be that much easier for them. We do see the root onto Corn King, a bit of damage from the first strike Caitlyn, and Corn King survives purely from the Yuumi.
Having to back off, but he still hasn't backed since he got those Berserker's Greaves. This is going to be a really big back. Had a plate and I don't know how to farm. Let's see what he buys. Probably not full item. Oh. Changed his mind, had a BF sword. Not much happening in mid lane this game.
Not a whole lot, but you know what? I feel like that's what the Lissandra Victor matchup calls for, especially when you're running something in Victor like Summon Airy instead of Electrocute. You're just playing for late game, I think.
Yeah, it's sort of like Lissandra can go in on Victor, but then he just puts his cage down, stuns her.
Just like that.
Yeah, exactly like that. And
Victor getting a lot of damage on the Droxu though. Doesn't quite manage to find the pick. Corn King with the purple ult. Lots of damage going down. It looks like UWSP will get out of this one.
Jolly Jester is sitting on ult here. But so is Droxu. Those are 2 pretty safe ults.
Corn King flash up. It looks like Zaya Mason kind of realizes the potential danger sees him by walking up, so she will back off. You know, looking at the gold advantage for a second, it's only 600 gold across the board. You know, objectively, that's not that much, especially when you factor in the dragon that, you know, UWSP secured. Fallen Sabra potentially looking for something onto the Malphite. Malphite ult into the Set again. It's lots of damage here from Gorilla Jump, and Gak will take the kill.
See, I wonder, there was no set W used there. I wonder, was it on cooldown? I feel maybe I remember that getting used during the trade before.
it could have been. Lots of damage from Fallen Sabra, but he will go down.
No Kane ult
To
there.
Echo passive.
Quite strong. Got buffed like maybe 2 patches ago.
Echo just proving time and time again, especially on Electrocute, how much damage he can put out in such a quick time.
And I know this Echo was a flex pick in Wartburg's draft. Jolly Jester has some Echo games, somewhat comfortable on champ, and so does Gad.
Flash there from the Corn King! And Sai Amazing is taken down, but Corn King goes for the turret. AJ running, trap the Yumi, and that will be a kill, a double kill for Steven.
Turret plating will soon fall.
You know, I think at the end of the day there, Corn King did have, you know, Kraken Slayer, but that Yomu's Ghostblade, just the amount of stats that it gave AJ there, especially in that fight, just proved to be too much. I think ultimately what did Corn King in was just getting too close to the turret. He took 2 tower shots, and that was just detrimental.
If that route was just a little bit further back, that was probably a winning fight for them still. But in the end, 1 for 2.
Not terrible.
Both scaling champs.
Lots of damage onto Borge 101, but he says, you know what, I don't care, I'm Malphite. Corn King taking out AJ. Excellent, excellent green skew there.
4 members of Wartburg down here, only 3 now.
And it will be a stolen dragon for UWSP. I'm not sure what happened to the smite. Gat is on the chase. Fallen Sabra has to ult. The ult from Echo Gat with the E engage. And Fallen Sabra goes down. All things considered, it was an excellent fight for Wartburg College. However, that dragon being stolen is a detriment. That will put Stevens Point at 2 dragons.
You see the Medjai's purchase from Gak here. Stacking that up, getting a lot of kills, just getting stronger and stronger as the game goes on. But as time goes on, I think it'll get more difficult for him to be killing some of these tankier members of the UWSP. Set gonna have a lot of health to get through. Kane, now at form, has Red Kane. Lots of stats coming from that, lots of healing. It's just sort of walking at Gorilla Junk, not much he can do in return. Having to ult out. Does have Fallen Sabra nearby. Just able to walk him down. Borge able to walk out of there as if nothing happened. The ult engage on the Fallen Sabra, able to just sort of whittle him down over time, just like he did with Gorilla Jump. Flash over the wall to secure the kill. Set just dominating tonight on Malphite. I think we haven't seen from Borge 101 yet. 4-0. Full item and boot. Just so difficult on AD champions to deal with Malphite.
You know, yeah, that's absolutely true, especially if your only damage onto him is a lethality Caitlyn.
Jolly Jester able to just walk out of mid. A lot committed there to him as well. That was Sandra R.
Looks like Gorilla Junk getting caught out in the top lane again. Unfortunately for them, looks like Gak will take the kill there.
At this point, Gorilla Junk isn't giving the full amount of gold, but Gak still wants those kills to stack up Medjai. That's 16 stacks already at 17 minutes.
Absolutely.
Getting the stats of like, probably like an item and a quarter just from that.
And that will be top T2 for Wartburg College.
see how much that gold lead has ballooned for Wartburg College.
Yak pushing it in. The Herald does get a crash onto T3. Excellent push there by Wartburg College in the top lane. It looks like everyone is just kind of rotating around trying to clean up these outlying towers now. The Lissandra wave clear is just a bit too much for them, it looks like. You know, I think at the end of the day, even just looking at the items right now, Steven's Point is going to have a tough time, like you said, taking down the Malphite. Obviously, there's a lot of AD on the Malphite, but that Malphite just passive MR, scaling with the level, especially when you're as ahead as you are. Looks like Rockshu going in for a trade ball, and Sabra coming to clean it up. Jolly Jester in a bit of a situation. Looks like he will get out alive.
Leaving the ult in place.
Yeah, I think it got a little confused when the Kayn ulted into it.
See, Gak already has Oblivion Orb. Not a lot of healing, like, at this point, but preparing for the future. Because that Kayn, with items, will just start healing the flow off of just a couple of abilities.
Absolutely, Boards 101 ulting in onto the Lissandra. Maybe a bit caught out here. There's the Wartburg College coming to collapse, but it looks like, yeah, Boards 101 will go down. Lots of damage from the Caitlyn. Gak says no thank you, and Corn King cleans up the rest of Stevens Point.
In that fight now with red-white.
What an excellent fight there from Wartburg College. You know, they managed to, even though Boards 101 went down, they still managed to separate the Caitlyn from the rest of their team and create enough space for Corn King to basically just obliterate everyone with that red-white.
All the members of Wartburg that should not be fed, so UWSP?
That's right.
UWSP can win, are fed at this point. Morello full buy from Gak. Really does not want that healing to get out of hand.
I guess so, yeah, and maybe a bit of a wasted stat there, the Magic Pen. Not going to do a whole lot for him this game.
Just do even more damage to those people who don't have a lot of Magic Pen.
I guess so, yeah.
Borge put in timeout there for a few seconds.
Potential engage here from Wartburg College. Looks like SP decides to back off. It will be a Baron call from Wartburg College, and Stevens Point looks like they aren't going to contest it. That will be the Baron for Wartburg College. It looks like they're looking mid, potentially. The lethality Caitlyn a bit online. Echo Ult says, no thanks. You know, this Caitlyn now is looking a little bit scary. 2.5 items. And they were doing a lot of damage there to, you know, Echo. Echo to burn his ult there just to stay alive.
Yeah, and it's interesting, you can see, like, those crit items that Aphelios has, that Corn King has, are just so expensive. Despite having 3 more kills and a little bit more farm, right now, he's basically even in gold in terms of items.
You're ready to prowl.
Especially with magical footwear.
Excellent damage there. Yeah, excellent damage there from Jolly Jester. Lissandra ult going down to save themselves, and Corn King getting the kill there. Corn King says, I'm not done. Corn King taking out AJ for the double kill.
Like, Wartburg can probably end here.
They're definitely threatening to end here. Like you said, the top inhib does go down there.
Long respawn timers right now as well.
And Wartburg is pushing in for the end. Both Nexus turrets going down. It looks like that will be game. for game 1.
We'll see how these teams adjust for game 2.
Absolutely. Closing thoughts before we move on to game 2. I believe we are having a substitution on Wartburg side at the very least. I'm not sure about Stevens' point. But, moving forward, looking back at that game, what do you think Stevens' Point could take away from that into game 2?
Well, I think they need to keep Corn King down. That's definitely a big issue. Corn King getting ahead early, I mean, we've seen it in previous weeks, is never a good thing for the enemy team. And keeping pressure up on other lanes as well, just it's hard for Kane to be in all those lanes. Malphite just so dominant.
Absolutely.
Early, especially into champions like Set. Just can't do anything against Malphite. And so he has to decide where on the map he's going to play. Is it going to be top side or bot side? And I don't know. It's a difficult team comp to fight against. Wartburg had a really good draft that game, and I think both teams had a good draft there. It was just Wartburg played into their fed players really well that game, kept them ahead, and kept the even lanes even the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I thought it was really interesting, too, that you mentioned playing sides as Kane, sides of the map. But, looking at that match, I think that Stevens' Point's comp would have been better on red side.
Yeah, I think it probably would have been with Kane.
Yeah. So with that all being said, that was the end of game 1. Looks like we're going to take a brief pause, and then we'll return for game 2. Thank you so much.
Lining up, think you're dreaming of greatness. Send you back home, let you wake up. Why would you dare me to do it again? Come on, get your spoiler out the head. We're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, look at you coming, my name you ought to know by now that we're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, maybe you wonder what your future's gonna be, but I got it all locked up.在以后，除了剩下这还有其他吗？我左右，键盘琵琶在时间滴答着，还不够。你的固执让我来守候，哪怕太迟也不想以后。就在这时放肆的挑逗。I got the heart of a lion, I know the harder you climb, the harder you fall. I'm at the top of the mountain, too many bodies to count. Been through it all, I had to weather the storm to get to the level I'm on. That's how the legend was born. All of my enemies already dead, I'm bored, I'm ready for war. They know I'm ready for war, I told them. We're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, look at you coming, my name you ought to know by now. We're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, maybe you wonder what your future's gonna be, but I got it all locked up.
tongue, but my appetite's been growing now. I can see you crawling in your skin, but no one's coming out to hold you close. I'm pouring out the gasoline, so say hello to all my ghosts. Sick and twisted, but I'm back with a match. Yeah, I'm a boss kid with nothing to lose. Sinking my teeth in, and I won't let you go when I'm having fun till set fire to the fuse. I'm moving like a shadow. You're walking in my dead zone. Breathing slow. Ooh, love the hunt, love the high. Watching life fade from your eyes. Ooh, and this is not a warning. This is not a test. I'm zeroed in on you and I'm coming for the rest. And I'm about to ignite. Just try to play it cool. Echoes in my head.
This ain't where the legends come from. You know what a hero looks like. Pretty little flower, won't you sit back down and go play nice? So keep talking, keep laughing. One day you wish you hadn't. Other people on fire, fire. Maybe it's time they meet their dragon. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me in into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Playing with fire and we'll burn it all down. This is where the bruises come from. This is when the game gets ugly. These bloods.
Welcome back, everybody. This is game 2 of Wartburg College versus UWSB.
Yep, that sounds right. My name is Amber. I'm subbing in for Nick, who was here last time. So, should be good.
Let's go
Yeah.
into the draft phase here.
Looks like they're leading with the same bands as last game, at least on Wartburg side.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they banned 0. Oh, there's the Malphite ban.
Malphite taken away. That was definitely.
I don't think they
issue
want to
last
deal with
game.
another Borg incident.
Yeah, same 3 bans from Wartburg here.
Still banning the Kazakhs. Ooh, Orn. How does Orn do into Alawi usually?
I think Orn actually probably does pretty well. I mean, Alawi does a lot of like percent max health damage and heals a lot, but Ornn is just a stat stick.
That's yeah. He's kind of a big wall.
Yeah, and I think he does a lot better in team fights. Alawi, I think, is sort of focused on.
Oh, Acel finally made it through this time. He got banned last time.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
Yak on Talia. I didn't even notice that. I was in the room when they were drafting. I didn't even see that.
That's okay. I haven't seen Vex yet against anybody quite yet this season, right?
I think maybe in one of the activation games there was
I see.
Vex,
Okay.
but I think that's the only and I think Jolly Jester was also on Acel.
So we'll see how that happens this time.
Yeah.
They got a Soraka ban in there as well.
I know what this ADC lock is from Wartburg, and it's interesting.
They got the Caitlyn ban.
Yeah. See, something we haven't seen from Corn King coming up here.
Oh, yeah?
He's had it on the back burner for a while.
A Mumu. Oh. Okay. Is that a Jinx? Okay, yeah. Oh, no. Ooh, Draven. Okay.
Draven Thresh lock from
And
Corn
Mick
King
back
and
with
Mick
Thresh.
Thresh.
Let's see if he hits some hooks this game. It should be good. Ooh, and Blitzcrank. How do you feel about these overall teams?
I think that Wartburg has pretty insane scaling this game with
That's real.
comp like Talia, Ornn, Draven, Acel, and then just Thresh to be there to peel. That's a really difficult comp to play into. I mean, even early as well, Draven Thresh early is just really dominant, especially into something like Jinx, who doesn't really get her power until she gets items.
I do feel like since both Thresh and Blitzcrank can kind of hook people, that's going to be a little bit dangerous in the bot lane, so we'll see how that plays out as well.
Yeah, and Talia, I believe Alawi W counts as a dash. So when she does her little bonus auto attack thing, she leaps to a target. So I think Talia can stun off of that. Jarvan will get pretty easily stunned from his combo.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I think these team comps can really go either way.
And we see Summoner spells now.
We got heal from Corn King. He's a big ghost guy. Haven't seen him with heal in a long time.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see that. And Ignite on the Blitzcrank, and yeah. Exhaust should be good too. And Ignite for just solidifying those kills if anything were to happen. But yeah. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just curious to what's going to happen top, because I could really see it going either way. Or just pretty dominant on a tank pick last game.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
Haven't seen him on Ornn yet this season, and he did play a few games last season and was pretty comfortable on the pick for a while, but maybe a little bit out of
Does
practice
he like
at
those
this point.
tankier characters, you would say? Or does it kind of just, he does it all?
So I think it's more that those champions win games. Not that
I
he,
see,
that,
I
that he
see.
specifically likes them.
Okay, I gotcha.
You know, he likes Set, likes Renekton and Jax and those
He likes it all.
stat checkers.
Yeah. No, it should be a good game, though. All right, I think we got another minute or so, and then we will be back when it starts up.
No one could stop us, they'll try, but they won't.
All right, and we're starting into the match here in just a second here. There you go. You can see all the champs there.
Oh, it looks like a matching bot lane there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Skins, not the same skin line, but look very similar.
I like seeing the matching skins like Rakan and like Zaya. I always like seeing that. It's always fun.
Maybe a bit intimidating.
You think it's intimidating?
Look to see. Draven definitely not something that they would have scoped out for Corn King to be playing this game.
Oh, you don't
Looks
think
like
so?
they're Stacking 5 on bot lane.
Oh, yeah, they're going in.
Maybe looking for an invade here. They do have Thresh Hook and a lot of damage early.
Oh, there they go. Zaya getting very low, but
Flash out
able
from
to get out. Or maybe not.
Corn King still going, juggling the
Oh,
actions.
no.
That's first blood.
First blood
of
on the
Corn King.
Draven. Oh, there goes AJ. Let's see if they can catch him. Oh, he's so low.
Yeah,
Oh, there they
pick up
go.
a second.
Oh, wow.
Bit of a crazy invade.
Wow. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Still only a minute. Everyone able to get their backs off and go buy items.
Yeah.
Talia picking up a Dark Seal. Draven coming to lane with a kill and a longsword. Already scary damage.
Yeah.
With just Doran's blade, but now with a longsword. Really good start for Wartburg College. Can't quite say the same for UWSP, but they do have a lot of scalers on their team. This is not a lost game just off of that. They're in time for the red buff as well. Looks like no summoner spells on AJ there in the bot lane. He had the flash and ghost, wasn't quite able to get out, but we still have exhaust used from the McNick show. Flash still up on a hook champion is really strong, especially when you have this early lead like they do.
Oh, yeah.
Farming it out in the early game. Blitz hook goes a little bit
I
wide.
feel like I should keep account of how many Thresh Blitz Crank miss.
You know, these you throw them out.
I mean, yeah, there's
Sometimes
no
they
harm.
hit.
Yeah. Gorilla Jungardi taking quite a bit of damage. Oh, I can't speak. Ooh.
Born Q, pretty low cooldown, does a decent bit of damage early. Pretty spammable. Look at the E.
Oh.
Or just walking out of range.
Yeah.
Not wanting to risk any more damage. Bit of emoting in the bot lane.
I feel like that Vex has a lot of like roaming potential too if it gets up enough.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of the reason why heal. Allow it jumping up in the air like Mario there.
Oh.
Or just able to get those knockups.
Jarvan's been found.
Maybe a bit of payback for last game.
Yeah.
Fallen Sabra invaded all of...
Oh.
Ooh, just not quite enough health.
And it looks like Jarvan did get away from the Talia.
That last game, Fallen Sabra invaded, took all of Gax. Red side jungle.
Ooh, that's really dangerous.
One kill on the Vex. Sort of even in gold now. Oh, Desert is still up. Exhaust coming out from the Nick show.
Lots of fighting right now. Oh
Just pulled up the tower. Kill does go to Blitzcrank. Zion amazing. Hitting the hook at an important time. Being able to just keep throwing the action. Still full health essentially. Still have plenty of mana.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can keep those stacks up, and especially now in a solo lane while the big show is walking back. Getting that solo XP is really good.
He's pushed up pretty far, so but the Jarvan's on the complete other side of the map, so no risk for him. Oh, Jarvan and Talia finding each other in the jungle again, but nothing really happened. Fallen Sabra going in on the board. I think he gets out though.
Able to get a little bit of damage.
Oh,
Gak
Gak is
is in
here
the
as well.
neighborhood.
Oh, here comes the Vex.
Followed by Vex.
Oh
Does have double buzz. Able to take
Wow.
down Forge 101. That Jarvan passive does do quite a lot. Maximum damage on auto attacks on new champs. Able to take down Forge. I don't know how to stack yet on Ornn. It doesn't
No.
take long. Able to TP back to collect the wave.
Yep.
2 TPs. Vex
Yeah.
TPing back mid as well.
I'm a little surprised.
No buy from Vex. TPing back without
Yeah.
buying an item there. Doesn't actually drops a wave. Interesting. I wonder that TP might be more useful later because Jolly Jester still has his up
And he's at
is
6
level
now.
6 compared to level 4. He's very strong right now.
He really fell behind after losing lane like that.
Sitting on first back still, Jolly Jester's probably going to be able to pick up a lost chapter and start to really do damage,
Yeah.
especially with a level advantage like that and a CS advantage and summoner spell advantage.
Oh, there was the Vex roam again.
Still not level 6. Maybe just scoping out the river, making sure.
It looks like they are coming up for Dragon. No? I don't know. Are they going for Dragon? They're kind of just hanging out.
Wandering a bit in the river.
Oh, there's some fighting here too. Ooh.
That's where that Lowy damage is. Can be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those W dashes, really low cooldown and serve. Second ability for that.
Wow. Jolly Jester is getting caught by that Jarvan. I'm not sure if there's really anything Gak can do here.
Vex just hitting level 6 here.
I guess it didn't take super long for Vex to get back up there with Jolly Jester.
Fallen Sabra is definitely a lot more.
What?
Oh,
Did you see that?
believe that was a hex flash. I'd like to think that's a hex flash.
Okay, I was gonna say. I didn't know if I was like loop or anything like that.
I think they did see him though. Arnold coming out, scoring the Alawi slowing her even more. Getting on top of her.
Oh, nope, he's not going for it.
Alawi does have boots here. Just a little bit of extra boot speed.
Ooh,
Just not quite getting the E out in time to stun the Vex there. Here's another hex flash.
I feel like Vex is, maybe in my opinion, Vex is a little hard to deal with. What do you think Wartburg would have to do to stop this roaming Vex?
Well, I think that the roaming Vex can be really good, but I think the roams can also be good for Wartburg because it allows Aurelion Soul to just sit and lane and scale.
That's true.
And see, he is almost double armed from.
The Vex still has no items.
Yeah, still has yet to back. Not gonna be able to collect the wave very easily under tower, especially with the pushing power of Basil. Forge taking a little trade now, trying to keep.
Oh, lots of people in the bot lane.
Yeah, looks like something might happen down here. Flash coming up
There,
here.
yeah. Oh, here comes Tilia.
Yak on
Hopefully to
top
help.
of AJ.
Here comes the Vex though. The Vex opens well.
One King is just carrying the open hall.
That's true.
Vex is focusing other people, able to knock her up into the E. This looks like it's gonna be a quadra kill. No. Oh, stolen by Gak. I'll hear about that one after the cast is over.
I think that was very, very good for them.
That was, yeah,
now
and
they're-
Acel able to just keep pushing mid, just like we were talking about. Triple kill.
Wartburg already having such a pretty big gold lead. Not super big, but it is a lead.
Yeah, and that lead is on a champion like Draven. It's definitely very scary for them.
I feel like he's one of those champs that if you let him stay unchecked, he can kind of spiral out of control.
Definitely. And Z's already up almost twice with Ajax's farm. Just so ahead. Already has Essence Reaver, Berserker Freeze, and
Yeah.
Dirk probably going
The
for
Fallen
the
Sound, we're going
Collector.
for Jolly Buster again. Looks like he gets out though.
He's fighting for his life, avoiding tentacles.
I feel like that's gonna be a little hard to deal with too.
Definitely. Orange's not mobile, very mobile.
No.
Probably going a little bit wide there. Now! Both top laners running out of mana. Riley definitely has a lot more pushing power.
That's true. They're still even on
Gak
turrets,
looking for
though.
something top.
Oh, he found it!
Minions standing in the way. Maybe a bit frustrating, taking a counter
Oh,
shot.
here comes Fallen
Gorilla Jump does still have to be careful here. Ooh, Gak able to pick up the kill after he's dead. He got both the W and the E down. Pretty even, I'd say,
Yeah.
across the
I
map.
was just looking at everything.
8-8. Wartburg does still have a gold lead.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen any calls for a dragon or
I think everyone is so focused on their lane right
yeah.
now. Thresh Draven's definitely a bloodthirsty lane, wanting to fight as
true.
much as possible. Shoving under tower, making it as hard as possible for AJ to farm here and scale, which is what Jinx wants to do. Just playing so far back, they know how strong those two are at this point of the game. They can't afford to step up because even if
Uh-oh. Looks like they found each other.
just passing by
again.
each other a bit.
Oh, here comes Zaya. Coming for it. Looks like assistance was needed though.
Jarvan has finished Eclipse too. It's just auto-attack back down. Oh, more fighting.
More fighting, yeah.
Shutdown
no,
does
on
go
the
back. No fear, still down 2 levels. Does still do quite a lot of damage.
Not sure he gets out.
Jolly Jester is out. But more fighting down.
Oh. Looks like he was able to get out.
Fight is not great for
Oh, it looks
Wartburg.
like they are on dragon now.
What Wartburg needs to play for at this point is just keeping Vex off of Draven. Those are the 2 win cons for the team. Jarvan also very strong into something like Draven. Draven's not incredibly mobile. He does get move speed, but doesn't have dash to get away outside of Flash. Howie does have Black Cleaver. Not a fun item for Orange to be playing into.
It also looks like Vex has finally picked up items and has passed Jolly Jester in that regard.
Successful first
Yeah.
back for Vex, or second back.
Or third, I don't know.
I believe it was second.
Yeah, I
I think
believe it was
they came back to lane for long after.
Red team's
But
turret
they're going in on Rickhill as well. Looks like Gak is coming up to help kill this Alawi. And they do get
Able
the
to
kill.
get her down before the ult is able to do
Here comes
anything.
Jarvan though, and Rickhill.
Jarvan
What
is
happened here?
focusing on the
double
horn there.
Doesn't look like there's any more fighting, but
Doesn't seem to care too much that he's in hook range of Blitzcrank.
yeah, you can't
Confidently
ever
walking up.
underestimate that though, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Vex waiting.
Both teams have vision in that look.
Jumping on the ankle.
Yeah, just unable to move
There
there.
we go. All right.
And during all of this fighting, Corn King has just been able to take jungle away from Fallen Saba. Wartburg took that invade in game 1 personally.
Yeah.
Does not want that happening again.
Looks like they're checking for some vision. Jolly Jester does get that one.
Doing a little bit of standing still, taking abilities for free. Trying to trade back as best as he can, but with that black cleaver, it just does so much damage.
Yeah. A little hard to deal with.
E goes wide, but the W does still make Tentacles target. Trade ends up pretty even. We're just split down a level.
Yeah.
Yak on the
Yak
top, no
with
vision
vision.
and River. He goes wide again. The ultimate doesn't hit. Just Blitzcrank left, putting a lot of resources, using the Ignite, Corn King living from the locket. The McNick show, fast fingers, keeping Corn King alive.
Oh. Looks like Jolly Jester was caught off guard though by his AJ.
Seems he does not want to even attempt to get away from this, standing still after the root.
And Ricardo going top lane. Look at that gold lead right now though.
Almost 10k, will be 10k after this tower goes down. You know, I'm really not quite sure what Jolly Jester was up to, standing still after getting rooted. Maybe he didn't want to get away. Bit of a gold reset for Ajax here.
Oh, and another charge on the tower. Doesn't try to catch him off guard. Wow.
Able to shut down Puppy. That's his second shutdown this game.
Wasn't able to quite get away.
Big damage
Yeah.
from Gak, able to just push them all off.
Time to defy.
All of them having to retreat, able to wall off 2 members. Maui ult does come off, and it's just no. Vex putting the triple kill, is dashing over the Talia E.
Wow.
Talia E going down just as Jarvan is starting to dash. Nothing you can do to stop it after it started. Flying towards your death.
And that's most likely T2 for the towers. They really got a lot off on that push.
You wonder what the last thoughts of Jarvan are as he's flying towards his death. Maybe thinking about his father.
Oh.
He often does that.
Yeah. Looks like they're going in to hopefully secure this dragon pit before it spawns.
Able to clear out some vision. UWSP just having to play for lanes at this point. All of them being shoved in. Boards keeping that pressure down low. Jolly Jester.
The scaling is very evident now.
Yes.
And it's only going to keep snowballing.
Scaled early too. Wartburg had an early lead and played for it. Jolly Jester not following roams, but staying in lane, getting strong, knowing that the roam potential is not as high on him as it is on Vex. Even with being shut down twice, you see Corn King 2 items at this point.
Get out of that.
There's a lot of resources used on him there, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Here it comes, everyone's gone. They're slow. Horn are coming out. Hitting Blitzcrank,
Not like
getting
quite
hit
enough
by the
though.
tower as well. Wartburg has a big push here, allowing forces back, not able to keep pushing. Maybe top tier 1.
Bring it down a notch.
Looks like they're gonna be team 3.
King comes into them and is able to take them down. Really jump.
It's a bloodbath.
Sure.
Looks like they're taking a hit as
I
well.
wonder if we can. I think there is a way to see the stats for how much gold Corn King has gotten from that Draven passive.
No.
But I'd imagine that it is quite a bit. Super Mega Death Rocket. Just
Not
going
finding
wide.
anybody. Good attempt though.
You look at members of Wartburg's team that have the kills, and those are the scariest people that have kills. Talia, this is the second game in a row Gak has had a full stack Medjais at this point in the game. And then a Draven with 3 items at 19 minutes, almost 20 minutes, is not a fun sight to see.
Compared to AJ on the Jinx with just Kraken Slayer right now.
Gak lurking.
He's waiting.
Thinks he can kill Gorilla Junk. The ward does come out.
I think he can.
No ult on Gorilla Junk. Used it right before that last step. Gak just saved it all.
Wow.
You know, surprisingly close, actually.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Alawi does have a bit of MR there with Merc Treads.
She has Sheen as well now.
Working towards Mythic. There's Emoing coming out from Jolly Jester. Having a little bit of fun in the bush there.
It's all fun and games.
Look is very strong. That W passive proc muscle. I'm not sure there's anything to be done. Wartburg is so strong at this point in the game.
Look how fast that they took Baron.
Jinx could have potentially taken that, but it's just not in time.
I think all Steven's point to do right now is kind of just sit and defend as best they can. Maybe pick off someone.
Wartburg with Baron now, and these strong members of their team are able to just push into the base, forcing Flash at him. Fallen Sabra. That hook looked like it was going to connect, and if that does connect, 2 autos from Corn King.
Red team's
Split
turret
push
has
from
been
Borge
destroyed.
in the Borge in the Borge in the top lane.
Joined by Gak, his tower is powerful. Big Show, Corn King, and Jolly Jester just keep absolutely no health anymore.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Half-second kill on the Alawi. Falling behind early.
Look at that damage.
Dominating.
So 3 items. Leo at this point in the game, and 3 items. Draven not. Ward 101 running it down a little bit into the Nexus. To the fountain, I
And it
mean.
looks like they are going to end here.
Red team's
Forge
turret
did
has been destroyed.
execute, however. He does keep his bounty as Wartburg ends game 2. 22 minutes. Faster than last game. Really dominant lanes here from Wartburg this game.
Yeah.
That early skirmish in the jungle put Corn King ahead, and he did not let go of that lead the entire time.
We finally have some stats here now, so we can actually take a closer look.
Yeah, you can see Corn King 15.1 thousand gold as opposed to AJ with 7,000. Just nearly double the gold. Over double the gold, actually. Everyone else pretty even. Gak ahead as well. That Medjai is just able to scale really early on.
And Corn King CS is really, really good as well.
Yeah, like 9, a little under 9 per minute. Able to keep those kills up and keep farming at the same time. Just a really dominant performance. You can see Gak as well. Quite a bit over Fallen Sabra with his creep score there. And Jolly Jester. I mean, the only person who is behind that isn't a support is Borge, and he doesn't seem to really care too much about that.
No.
Still ahead in gold.
Yeah.
Wartburg able to exert their pressure from the early game all across the map and end the game in just over 20 minutes.
Did
on
you feel like
scaling
that
picks.
heal some spell was worth it on Corn King?
I think there was one play where it did save Gak in the bot lane during that 3v3 skirmish, or it was like 4v3. And that resulted in a stolen quadra kill from Corn King, stolen by Gak.
Yeah, right.
Maybe a bit of words thrown around in the game room over there.
Yeah, you think so?
You wonder.
Yeah. Well, that was a fantastic job from everybody. Thank you, University of Wisconsin Stevens Point, for scrimming with us tonight. We really appreciate it. And any final words?
We hope that this is a future SCRIM partner that we can keep on playing with. We hope to see these guys again and have a long relationship with this school.
Yeah, they're all good friends. So I think that's where we're going to end it tonight.
I think so.
All right. And I hope everyone has a fantastic night. And I don't believe we know exactly what the next match is, but it will be soon. So thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Hold still, but like back then. Talk back till I snap back. This ain't brown, it's that dark black. It's that pitch black, jet black. Snap your ex, watch me give them flashbacks.
I get that magic all on me, I feel like I'm Tracy McGrady. Enemy circle around me 360, I count them with 8. I've been equipped with the spirit beside me since I was a baby, just getting chaotic. I made me a product for causing the chaos right here where they ready.